All right, let's dive into a topic that honestly affects pretty much every single decision we make, from what we buy for lunch to our biggest life goals. And yet, it's the one thing most of us never really learned about. We're talking about financial literacy. I mean, seriously, it's the question we've all asked, right? We learned all about historical figures and complex math problems, but somehow the really practical stuff, like how interest on a credit card actually works, or what to do with a paycheck besides just spend it, that just got skipped. So if you've ever felt a little lost or unprepared when it comes to money, trust me, you are in good company. So here's the best way to think about this. Let's stop treating finance like it's some boring chore. Instead, think of it as learning a new language, the language of money. And once you get fluent, you unlock this incredible power to make your money work for you instead of you always working for it. So, what does financial literacy really mean? Well, the official definition talks about skills like budgeting and investing. But what it's really about is confidence. It's about knowing you can make smart decisions with your money. It's about turning money from this thing that causes so much stress into a tool that helps you build the life you actually want. Now, this isn't just some abstract idea. The stakes here are incredibly high. Not speaking this language of money has real tangible consequences that can literally change the course of your life. Let's just look at a quick comparison so you can see exactly what I mean. Okay, so let's imagine two people. Over here, we've got person A. They're making a pretty good salary, right? $80,000 a year. But they live paycheck to paycheck, and at the end of the month, there's nothing left. Then you've got person B. They earn less, $50,000 a year. But the big difference? Person B has a plan. They're careful with their budget, and they invest a little bit consistently. Now, just looking at the salaries, you'd think person A is doing better, wouldn't you? Well, let's fast forward 10 years. Suddenly, the whole picture is flipped on its head. Person B, despite earning less money, is now way wealthier. And the secret sauce wasn't their income, it was their knowledge. They understood the power of compound growth. This just proves a super important point. It's not what you make that builds wealth, it's what you do with it. It's your habits. And what about the flip side, the cost of debt? Let's make this real. If you're carrying around, say, a $5,000 balance on a credit card at 20% interest, that's costing you about $1,000 a year. $1,000, just gone, paid for absolutely nothing, except the privilege of being in debt. And this is where things get really wild. Just look at the power of starting early. If you invest just $300 a month, starting when you're 25, you could have around $1 million by retirement. $1 million. But if you wait just 10 years and start at 35, that same $300 a month gets you about half that. That is the incredible, almost magical power of compound interest and the staggering cost of waiting. Okay, enough of the doom and gloom. The point of all this isn't to scare you, it's to show you how much power you have. So let's shift gears and focus on the amazing upside of this, which is moving from that constant money stress to a life of financial stability, because that's the real goal here. You see, this is about so much more than numbers in a bank account. Financial literacy gives you control. It means you get to make decisions based on your dreams, not just your limitations. It's about sleeping well at night because you have a plan. You're not one flat tire away from a total panic. At the end of the day, it's about freedom. This quote right here just says it all, doesn't it? It's about a fundamental shift in your mindset. You go from being reactive, where money pushes you around, to being proactive. You're the one in the driver's seat, making the calls about where you're headed. Now, if you're feeling a bit overwhelmed by all this, I want you to remember one really important thing. You are not alone. This isn't some personal failure. It's a huge global blind spot. Just look at these numbers from a massive global survey. Only 1/3 of adults across the entire world are considered financially literate. That means 2 out of every 3 people are trying to figure this stuff out without the basic knowledge they need. Let me put that another way. It's like most of the world is trying to navigate one of the most important, most complicated systems in our lives completely in the dark, without a map. That's why just learning these fundamentals can be so incredibly life-changing. So, where do you even start? It's so easy to feel overwhelmed. But the good news is, we can break the whole journey down into a simple 4-part foundation. Just think of this as your personal roadmap to financial confidence. It's this simple. First, you earn. You have to understand and maximize the money coming into your life. Next, you save. This is about building that safety net, that emergency fund, so that a surprise bill doesn't derail everything. Once that safety net is in place, you invest. This is the exciting part, where you make your money start working for you. And finally, you protect everything you've built. Simple, right? Earn, save, invest, and protect. If you can master these 4 things, you are well on your way. So look, every single day, your financial story is being written. A new page turns with every decision you make. The only question left is, who's holding the pen? Are you going to be the author of your story, or are you going to let your circumstances write it for you?